What do we know, everybody? Today we are going to change the oil in this Case International 7120. So first thing we want to do, climb up into this beautiful little beast. We're going to fire it up so we can let the oil warm up a little bit. Now, you don't have to let this run all that long. Usually it's just from here to, if I took it over the garage to change it. But I don't have any place that these tractors will fit in. And instead of moving it over there, I just changed the oil over here. It's got a nice breeze back here. It's hot today, so might as well do it here. It's a good little tractor, so when we use on the bag unloader, bale processor, different things like that. Nice tractor, especially for its age. But I think while I got you here, you notice I haven't been around for a little while. Been busy doing different things, been fabricating a few different deals for some trailers so we can take tanks off. And then last week, taking the tanks off, and Boss Man was running the loader, had a chain on it, and it bucked down and come crashing down on my shoulder. So the whole weight of that tank and arm and everything right there. Wasn't fun. It hurt. And I can actually move my arm up to here now. So I got that going for me. But enough about me and my whining. Let's get changed oil in this thing. Okay, so a few main things that we got here. We got 5 gallons of our oil, and we use the Cenex Maxtron oil. It's a really good oil, works really great. I got filters in this box. I don't remember which filters on here. I'll look here in a bit. Then I got big pliers. Take that filter off because my filter pliers in here are not big enough. And then a 5-gallon bucket to drain the oil at the other side. So first things first, pull on this little side panel here and swing it out. That's going to give us access to this latch, and that's going to enable us to unlock that and to lift our hood up. On a side note, one thing that I find funny about these Case International tractors is that every one of them is different. You got a few that got the nice hood like this that pops up this way. Then you get to the new ones, and some of them got pull deals on the front, pull things on the side, the push button, which is dumb. It doesn't work right, especially when it gets a little older. But it is what it is. I haven't changed the oil in this one, so I got to figure out where the drain plug is. On the other tractors, it's on the left side. Filter's on the right side. And that's what we're going to go with, but I just got to locate it first. So we'll see how long that takes. Okay, now we are on the passenger side. And I thought I'd also show you guys this panel here. Back up so you can see it. It comes off as well. It pops out, slips over up here, and then it'll slip off up there as well. You got another little pin in here somewhere, but just pops out, slips up, pulls off. Now, the reason that that's handy is because your oil filter is right behind that. You can get it out without having to worry about it, but it makes your life a whole lot easier this way. And I think I found my drain plug. We'll see. So there you can see our filter on the right side, and there's my drain plug. So just kind of the opposite of what the other tractors are. Drain plug on the newer ones is on the other side. So I'm not too worried about this. Actually kind of nice having everything on one side. So one thing that I'm going to do that you don't have to do is I'm going to pull the fill cap off and just set it up there like that so nothing can get into it, but allow air to get in there so the oil should flow out a little bit quicker, in theory. Okay, we just broke our drain plug loose with an 11/16 on a breaker bar. Got my bucket underneath. We're going to thread this out See if we guessed where the bucket's supposed to go. And we did. Just like that. So we're gonna let this drain for a little bit so it slows down. And then we'll go ahead and take that filter off. Okay, now that we got that slowed down a little bit, we're gonna go ahead and just loosen this filter up just a little bit. See if we can. Maybe. There we go. Filter pliers or a filter wrench work a lot better most of the time, but these big channel locks, big water pump pliers, they do pretty good. Yes, they do. Now we're going to go ahead, twist this off, keep hand under it so it doesn't fall, and it's going to leak a little bit. It's to be expected. Pull this back a little bit. There she goes. Go ahead and dump that in the bucket. I'm going to let it continue to drip for a bit. Now we're going to go ahead and clean her up. Now she's pretty well done dripping. I'm going to go and I'm going to wipe off around the filter housing, which is what this is. I just want to make sure there's no dirt, no old oil, no anything around here. I just want it as clean can be. And now for the rest of this, where we got oil on, we're going to kind of wipe it just a little bit. And then I'm going to take brake cleaner. Really good stuff, use it for a lot. And that'll help that oil come right off of there so we don't have a greasy mess when dust picks up. And it might not make a big difference to a farmer, to a boss man, whoever. But it makes a difference to me. I like engines that ain't overly greasy, especially when I got to work on them. Alright, we got the drain plug put back in the oil pan. And I put a little bit of oil in the filter. You don't need much. I take some on my finger and I run around that little rubber seal, gasket, whatever it's called. And that way it'll cinch up tight, won't bind up, won't roll over, and all that good stuff. We'll go ahead and slip it in here on the filter housing. Start threading her on. And a good trick is to use a towel. Your hands are going to be oily, filter's probably going to be a little bit oily. That towel will help give you a little bit of friction, help you grip it pretty good. Handy, handy, handy little trick. There we go. We'll just leave it like that, hand tight. We'll go to the other side and start putting oil in. And I say we get our own oil into those kind of square plastic containers like you see chemicals come in. And we got just little spigots on them. We turn, we can fill these old gear oil jugs up, and this is how we do our oil, hydraulic fluid, everything. We got this good diesel oil. We have some lower quality diesel oil we use in a few things. A lot of hydraulic fluid. We got some drip oil. Just all sorts of good stuff. Then we also have a different deal of oil in a drum that is used for those V10s that are running the irrigation wells. But generally, these take about 5 gallons. I want to go get the other one, we'll finish it out. There we go. Clean up my mess a little bit, put the cap back on. I'll fire it up and see if we got any leaks. Just the same, when you fire it up again, you don't have to let it run very long, just enough to get the oil circulated through. Run through the filter a little bit, but the reason you don't have to fill these filters, I think I've explained it on other videos, is that there's oil in the system. You can drain and drain and drain this thing and you're still not going to get all the oil out of there. So you're not actually dry starting it, anything else, but these older tractors, and diesel engines in general, I guess, I do put a little oil in it just to make myself feel better. Doesn't really matter, but it is what it is. If you don't, you're not going to hurt anything. But I got no leaks around my filter, around the drain plug, anywhere. So that's good. So walk back over the other side, grab a rag, and we'll go see what the dipstick says. Pull it out, clean it, back in, and we are full, just like we're supposed to be. So that's good. That is good, because this isn't a tractor that we use all that often. This is a tractor that is used once in a while for very specific things. It's not a very powerful tractor. It's not a very big tractor. We actually got duals on everything on the rear, and we took them off of this one because this is used for, well, bag unloader and different things like that. It's not used for much. Just like this old John Deere quick hitch we got on it. They actually got this for free. Went to some guy's shop and they grabbed it and he said, well, good. It was the worst one he had. It's not a great one. Doesn't like to hook, doesn't like to release once you get it hooked, but this tractor serves a purpose, and it serves it very well for what we use it for. But I'm not sure if the Boss Man uses this on the bagger or just on the unloader. But I want to get the oil changed now, just in case, and also I don't want to do it in the middle of winter because I don't have a shop I can pull this into. See, most guys do their services in the winter time. They got a nice shop to go into. It's a nice way to spend the cold time of the year. I don't have that luxury. I got to stand outside and freeze all day. So, do it now while it's warm. Makes my life easier and a little more pleasant. And it's fun to be able to show you guys a few different things. To change the oil on these things is easy. Not hard at all. As far as the fuel filters and everything else goes on this, I would love to change them, but the boss man don't want to. He wants to take it in once every couple of years, I believe, and have Titan Machinery do it, which is his deal, not mine. He can do whatever he wants. He owns a tractor. I don't care. But as far as oil goes, it's pretty simple. And then also when we do this, pull the air filter out, clean it up, which is that guy right there. Pull it out, beat it out, blow it out, whatever you gotta do. If you're not using it in the field every day and just using it for select tasks, you don't have to replace it that often. As far as the hydraulics go on this thing, there is a big hydraulic leak under the cab, and to get to it, we'd have to pull the cab off, and it's just not worth it. The money to have to put into it just wouldn't be worth it. So we just put hydraulic fluid in it for as little as we use it. Not too big of a deal. I rewired some things back here for the bag unloader this last year. But other than that, it's a good tractor. Always starts, always runs great, always does what it's supposed to do. But I think I'm going to cut this off here, guys. I think I've rattled on enough. I think I'm going to close everything up here. Probably go roll some corn and get ready to feed cows. Then I go home and rest this shoulder because the old bugger hurts. But as always, guys, thank you all for watching.